Hey, the recording's working, but sorry I hung up on everybody. I was like, what? No! But then I just hit record and it says recording.
Well, hey, we get another 40 minutes, right?
I mean, I don't know. Is it a Monday? I mean, I just cannot win today. So really, actually, like the last 6 months, like just.
All right, you're good, Annie. So what I was talking about is I'd like to open it up. Anybody have any tips on how they plan to finish January strong?
Hey, I don't have a tip. Well, it's kind of a tip on January strong. I just adding into what you said, when you're reaching out to those that you're still trying to book in January, send them those couple of dates that you have open. Like, don't, eliminate the back and forth. Say, I've got January 30th and 31st available. Can you do either of those?
Yes, great idea. And what you'll notice what Jenny did on her message is she ended that with a question. That is critical, because if you're not ending it with a question, there's really, subconsciously, they don't feel like they have to respond. So always end with a question. Do either of these work for you?
Yeah.
Thanks, Jenny.
Yeah.
And just to repeat what you said, that didn't get recorded, like self-hosting, there's plenty of time. And like, honestly, I usually don't even invite people to parties and have my hostess invite until a week out. So we have plenty of time in January.
We have 10 days left.
Yeah, just to say that again, because it wasn't on the recording.
All right, well, good. So other great news is that the early bird registration has been extended till the end of this month. And if you have been on the fence about attending conference, I would highly encourage you to take whatever means necessary to get yourself there. Not only are you going to get connected to the company and the people who run the company and learn more about the products and about your peers, and we get together as well, it is the single most important thing that you can do if you want to grow in your business. And the reason I say this is because I have seen it time and time again. You can join us on these team meetings, and these are fantastic, and you're going to get really good training. You're going to get great training in the Facebook group. You're going to get great training in the back office. There is something about seeing it and hearing it live where everything clicks into place. And if you take those top 2 to 3 or 4 actions that you learn from conference, you will see your investment double, triple, quadruple, and more. I have seen it time and time again. So if you have any inkling of attending conference, I'd highly encourage you to get there, map out a plan with your leader, figure out how you can get the money, save the money to get there, and get yourself there, because it's highly, highly worth it. Any comments or on conference?
I think it's the one thing that can really impact your business for the entire year. So you go, you're going to learn so much. And if you come back and implement it, it's going to be the one thing that changes your business.
I don't know if this was already said. Was I the only one that got kicked out?
No.
I hung up on everybody, Holly, but the recording's working now. So we're all good.
Okay, good. I'm like, oh, okay. There's a saying, leaders are built from events. So there's so many people that come home from an event and they've skilled up just enough to actually promote to leader. It's really amazing how that works. So if that's definitely one of your goals, this is the best investment you could possibly make.
Hey, go ahead. Yeah, so you have till the end of the month for early bird registration, so save yourself a little bit of money. And again, if this is just an inkling in the back of your head, talk about it with your leader and talk through it about what this can do for you. And we really hope to see you there, because not only is it incredibly impactful, but it is a ton of fun as well. So fill yourself up, learn some great skills, and join us in Vegas.
Yeah.
All right. Who is covering the exciting segue from that?
I can.
Okay.
You can do it, Holly?
So yeah, I'm just making sure I didn't miss it. Annie, do you want to do it since you're back?
Sure, I can.
Okay.
I can do it.
Let's all do it at the same time. You ready?
Okay, so we've been talking, and we're super excited to do this year our first time with Epicure Conference Cash. Woo! So we will get all the details out.
Just hold up for a minute. Hold up. Could anybody use some extra cash for conference? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
we thought.
Who doesn't want extra cash? Just tell me. I mean, if you don't, that's fine. Just tell us. So here's what we're going to do. You get an extra $75 when you hold 10 cooking classes between February 1st and March 15th. We've tiered it out. So if you want to do 5 cooking classes, it's an extra $30 at conference. Okay. You have to attend conference to get this. And we're going to have a form we'll post on our new Facebook page once we get everybody added, where you sign up and say, yes, I'm going for this. I want to hold 5 parties. I want to hold 10 parties, or minimum I'm holding 5 parties, but I'm going for this. And then you'll go in and tell us when you've done it as well. Okay. And that's to help us cheer you on, so we know who's going for it. And it's super fun, guys, when we do Conference Cash. And the other thing that's going on, the company is doing a huge promotion around recruiting. So when you have 3 recruits who have a qualified cooking class, then you get to go to a special gala at conference. So they're doing one for recruiting. So we thought, hey, let's supplement and let's do something really fun for getting bookings.
It's exciting.
It has to be a qualified cooking class, which is $250, and then 4 buying guests. Okay. Anything else you guys want to add to that?
So that's part of why having cooking classes this next 10 days is so important. And the reason why some of you may be thinking, well, I haven't called that person anywhere. I'm waiting till February. What happens is if you get them in January, they're going to be excited because they get double host, right, with the qualified cooking class. You're going to be in front of more people at that cooking class in January that you can get your front end of February booked and get those booking chains going. So if you think of it as like abundancy, it's I'm going to do as many as I can between now and the end of the month, because that will put me in front of, if you have 2 cooking classes, 8 per, and that's 16 people you'd be in front of, instead of just getting that 1 booking in February from that host. Mm-hmm. So we thought, you know what, it's good to start February 1st because you guys have such an amazing opportunity to be in front of people at the end of this month.
Yeah, with the double hostess credits. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Any questions about Conference Cash or about the company incentive for the 3 recruits? And remember, those recruits, you guys are getting bonuses on this left and right. So, Holly.
So the 3 recruits, you guys, if you were at the last conference and you went to the new USA reception, one thing I found with Epicure is I don't know if they have a budget for these things. Like, they are over the top. Like, you're going to see pictures of that and go, oh, I wish I would have went. It's not like a little reception where you show up and you get a pen or something. This is like champagne and hors d'oeuvres. And it's just like, they're amazing, the parties that they throw. So there's that. The other thing is Kathy and I have a suite. And so we are going to have a reception one night where we will be handing out the conference, where everybody, your directors, will be handing out the conference cash to those that earned it. So there's another perk of getting that conference cash.
Awesome. Okay, I'm going to move us into kind of some current events that are going on, because I feel like Epicure, something else they do amazing is there is something happening all the time, and usually more than one thing. And so just trying to, keep that in front of us as we're thinking about getting our bookings this last 10 days of January and into February. So January, double hostess credits, you guys. I don't know if it happens any other time of the year. So that is a great one. And like was said earlier, do a party yourself, get some orders in there, make some phone calls. Let's see, what else? Okay, something else that's new. The new consultant training that Sonara is doing every Monday at noon. So every time you get a new recruit, you add them to both Facebook pages, but make sure that they're on the Epic Impact page for Sonara's Monday training. And any of us can hop on there. It's just live on Facebook. Okay, what else this month? I may not pronounce this right. The mandolin, the hostess gift that's out there. It looks like it's going to slice my finger off, but it's amazing. So has anyone used theirs yet that has it? Do you love it?
Love it.
Love it.
Yeah.
The guard is big.
The guard is big, so you're telling me my finger's safe.
Yes, because I threw away a previous mandolin that I owned because I nearly killed myself with it. But the guard is big. It's safe as long as you use the guard.
Okay.
The guard is a must. It's like thinking you could put the spatula down in the blender while it's going. You know, that whole, it doesn't never work. Same thing.
Stick your hand down the garbage disposal.
Yeah, use the guard. Yeah. I'm a mandolin snob. I've had several, and this is the least complicated one that I've ever used. It is so user-friendly, razor sharp, keep it away from kids, but man, and the price, you can't beat the price. Like, I am like, really, that's all it is? So make sure that you advertise it with your hosts.
Yeah, have your hosts get that. The speedy lasagna that's only available in January, I'm going to have to order like a ton because we have used ours. I only have one packet left and it was requested for dinner tonight. And we've made soup with it. We've made lasagna with it. And we're dairy-free, gluten-free, so we were able to use it even with that. It's amazing. Has anyone else tried it? Love it? You guys had it yet? Yeah. It's really good. So be sure to, talk about it, get some recipes. I found the soup recipe on the website and use that. But it's awesome. So I've had several people order that just from posting about it in my Facebook group and talking about it with them. You can pre-order the new Squares steamer that's out. So make sure as a consultant, you can go into your back office and get that. And then you can also pre-order the tuna casserole, which is coming out only available in February for our customers, but we can order it now through the end of the month. So be sure to add that to your orders this month. And then also we have, I'm the perfect person for this, game day. We have the Super Bowl coming up. And so they have several spices that are 20% off now through the end of January only. And the big game is February 2nd in Miami with the Kansas City Chiefs and the 49ers. So just, talk that up with your customers, especially people here in Kansas City. Absolutely, for sure, get them, talking about that. But in California and on the coast too, but everyone watches. Doesn't everybody watch the Super Bowl? I don't know. But those are great. So those end at the end of January as well. Conference, I think we've talked about this a little bit, but the early bird special ends at the end of January. And then the last day to sign up is February 29th. Anything I missed, you guys? Current things that are happening? We have the new Facebook group, so watch for that.
One thing that sometimes we miss when the company puts out something that's special is like the speedy lasagna or the tuna casserole. It's, only available for a certain amount of time. It may be in the next catalog, but it's only, that month they can get it. If you make the most about what the company already puts out there for us, they have promotion videos, they have great graphics. But the way you'll get the most traction is making it yourself and taking a home cooked picture. Those get the more traction than any beautiful professional image that you can possibly post. So your customer is going to pay more attention when you give a testimony to your family loving it and how easy it was. So whenever you see a promotion, okay, how can I make the most out of this? All the work's already done. I just need to hype it up. You'll be really surprised what happens with that.
Yeah, that's a great point. And
I heard tuna casserole and went, seriously, yuck. And I got to make it, got to prove it, I don't like it. And it was actually, the flavor's really, really good. And my husband said like 3 times, man, this is good. I'm like, I just made salmon last night. You said nothing. And tonight we make tuna casserole and you're like all over it. So anyway, it really is. I did chicken instead of tuna. I added broccoli to it and really, added more veggies, and it was really good. I mean, I already ordered more.
That's awesome. Jenny, do you want to talk about the Lenexa dates? This is for Kansas City area people.
Yeah, if you guys are local to Annie and I, February dates for our community cooking class are out. So we're going to do February 6th and February 8th. The 8th is a Saturday. We're going to throw a Saturday brunch in there at 10:30. So invite your guests, come on out, even if you don't have guests coming, but you've got plenty of time to get guests there. And this can count as one of your 10 cooking classes for our challenge or our conference cash. So if you guys have any questions about that, you can message me, but you want to be there.
Awesome. All right. Call to action. Courtney, you want to wrap that up with bookings? And that's what we want everyone to get focused on.
Yeah. So I would ask, if you do not have bookings between now, cooking classes between now and the end of January, my challenge is to book at least 1, maybe 2, depending on what you have available. And if you do not have any cooking classes in February, whatever your goal is, to start reaching out to people about booking. So even if they're not able to do a cooking class in January, they can still book in February. So use what Jenny mentioned and give them an option of dates, so that you're not going round and round the circle, trying to connect with them on that. Mm-hmm. So the call to action would be to make a list of people who have either told you that they would like to book a cooking class, who love to entertain, who love to cook, who have not yet been introduced to Epicure, to past customers who had a little bit of interest in hosting, and to reach out to them until you reach your goals.
Yep. Awesome. All right. Do you guys have any questions before we wrap up today? Okay, you guys, here's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to stay on and I'm going to just do the first part so it's in the recording, so that people who weren't on will have that first part we talked about. So feel free to jump off and have an awesome, awesome rest of January and booking into February and getting ready for conference. We're super excited. And a lot of you guys will get to meet for the first time in person, because some of you guys we don't know. I see new reps on here, so that's super fun. So hi, wave. Yeah, I see you looking. Hi. So we are so excited to see you guys up and coming, and have a great one. Till next time.
Hi, everyone. Thanks, Annie.
Yep. Okay, you guys, for those of you that are watching this in replay, we had some technical difficulties. So I'm going to finish with what we started that didn't get recorded in the beginning. So we just did some celebration, and we had like 185,000 in org sales in December, which is amazing. And we had 43 new reps, which is super exciting. And we wanted to give a shout out to our new promotes who promoted for the first time in December: Carrie Reek as senior consultant, Chelsea Browning as senior consultant, and Beth Ashby as VIP consultant. And then to a new trip earner, Courtney Spiewak. So that was super fun. We also talked about we're going to start a new Facebook group called Impact Nation. And there are some Facebook groups that are going to go away. Some of Jacqueline's stuff, since Sonara, who is ultimately our upline, has made global director. We are mainly going to focus only on the Epic Impact, which you guys should already be in. And then this new one is called Impact Nation. Impact Nation is from Holly Cleese down. So Holly, Kathy, Jenny Pickett, myself, and Courtney Spiewak is under me, and Jen Bagby and her team. So if you're in that group, that's what's going to be Impact Nation. And then one reason we're doing that is it'll just create a kind of a smaller community. And so hopefully we can celebrate everyone a little bit more and not get lost in the shuffle on such a big page. We're growing so fast. So we're going to do that. So just kind of watch for that. The training we worked on today was mainly around how to finish January strong. So one way for that was to self-host. So there's plenty of time. I usually only start inviting people to parties about 5, 6, 7 days out at most, and there's 10 days left in January. So there is plenty of time to still get your own party in there. And you can even do 2 parties kind of back to back, like a Friday night and a Saturday morning, and invite to both. If people can't go Friday night, maybe they can make it on Saturday morning. So just know that some of the best parties are held like that week that it's happening, and those invites just going out. And I know there's a lot of other tips that we talked about, so you'll hear those, or probably already heard them, I guess, on the recording. And also just building your February calendar by doing January and getting a couple parties in January, you will therefore build and front load your February calendar, which is super important. So one of the other things I'm not sure got recorded, so I'll go ahead and say it again. The early bird for conference was extended through the end of the month. You can go to epicureconference.com and get registered for that. And then the cash, conference cash that we're doing, which is super exciting. So I think all that got recorded. If not, be sure to ask your upline or shoot me a message. And we hope that you guys have a great rest of the week and a great January. We'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.